Year two, Jayden Daniels, ready to get to his sophomore campaign, is already revolutionizing the way that quarterbacks prepare. His VR technique is already being suggested to quarterbacks for other NFL franchises. Already in his 2-year career, well, not even 2-year career, the guy is already being a trailblazer and a trendsetter in this league. Let's talk about JD. What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson, back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Today is Sunday, May 4th. Washington starts rookie minicamp in about 5 days from now, and a guy who is not a rookie anymore, but just gave us possibly and debatably the best rookie season, the greatest rookie season we've ever seen a quarterback have in the NFL. Our Washington Commanders quarterback, Jayden Daniels. And a lot of that he credits to the way he prepares. And it's very unique and different than the majority of the other quarterbacks in the league. He has a rigorous preparation schedule. He's the first person other than Cliff Kingsbury to the facility every day, but his preparation is through VR. He uses VR technology. Your kid probably has a Meta Quest, a Oculus Quest, or whatever they call it now, a VR system where he's simulating game reps on this, and he's doing it at like 1.75 speed. And you can tell that this kid is over prepared each week when Washington takes the field. Rookies get antsy, they get jittery, they get happy feet, and they do rookie shit on a regular basis because it comes with not being accustomed or acclimated yet to the speed of the NFL, because there's a learning curve when you get to the league. You know, college and the NFL, two drastically different leagues. But Jayden's able to neutralize some of that because he's over prepared. He's getting 250 to 300 extra mental and physical reps each week through this VR thing. So Washington's loading up this VR headset that he uses and puts on, and they load it up with thousands of plays, looks, and all of the schematics and defensive looks and blitzes that he'll probably see on Sunday. And what he can do, you know how they always talk about mental reps, like as a kid is the backup to a bridge quarterback and they watch the bridge quarterback take snaps. This is much better than a mental rep. This is an actual rep. You're just doing this shit through virtual reality and throwing on air. But he's getting an early look at the defense. It's like virtually jumping into film study. So instead of watching film of the Eagles defense, he sees it in his VR headset and he knows what's coming. He knows what the timing's going to be. I don't know if y'all remember how Tua and the Dolphins did this thing where they put a camera on his helmet and you could see just how congested, how tight, and how fast you have to make decisions as a quarterback. It's similar to that. So you're pretty much acting out the movements and motions that you would do in a game. And to even take it a step further, they got Cliff Kingsbury voice acting on that shit. It's not necessarily voice acting, but he's giving him the weekly script. He's giving him the script. He's giving him the play calls, the checks, everything. He's in his ear. So it's like practice off the practice field, and I don't know how people from every organization are not making their guys use it at this point. But I'm glad that our quarterback is the first of the Mohicans, because now everybody can bite it. And now when these new quarterbacks come into the league, you see stories like this one out of Seattle this weekend. Jalen Milroe said that his coaches have asked him to start utilizing VR tech similar to what Jayden Daniels uses to work on reading progressions and timing. Jayden is a second-year player, and he already got – this is the new version of the TB12 method, man. Jayden about to have everybody using virtual reality in the NFL. It didn't say Jalen Milroe told his coaches. It said his coaches told him to hop in the lab, my brother, and put that VR system on. I believe the company, it's a German VR company called Cognitive. And Cognitive, they make stuff like flight simulations for pilots, military training, and for Formula One drivers, which simulates the races and shit like that. But Jayden uses the football version of it, and he credits it to why he won the Heisman Trophy, because it's a leap. It is a dramatic leap to go from a 4-year starter who never threw for 3,000 yards in college, never threw for 20 touchdowns in college, to throwing for just under 4,000 yards in his final year at LSU, over 40 touchdowns, and not to mention the over 1,000 rushing yards and 15 rushing touchdowns he had that season to boot. So there's no surprise that he came into the NFL last year. He got shit cracking with this new organization, 3,500 yards, 25 passing touchdowns to 9 interceptions, just under 70% completion rate, and you can see it on Sunday. You can see that this kid knows exactly where he wants the ball to go. He knows exactly when he needs to check it down, and the timing, it makes too much sense. Like, even on plays where a completion didn't happen, the ball seems to always be going to the right place. And it's not normal to see rookies move like this. It's not normal to see rookies move like this. So Jayden being able to be so prepared, he has Cliff in his ear on the VR thing. He's going through all these different looks. There's not anything you can throw at this kid that he will be unprepared for. And it's why I keep saying, keep wishing harder for a sophomore slump. You're talking about a guy who loves the grind. He loves the grind. He's got it out the mud. Transfer student, failed in a program, went to another program and turned it around, came in and turned Washington into a contender and into a relevant franchise for the first time in my entire fucking life. This VR shit is going to take off, and Jayden's going to be the face of it. So when you hear about your team's quarterback using VR, cognitive, virtual reality simulation to prepare for quarterback, just know that the person who started it all, the brand name of it, the trendsetter, the trailblazer of this entire activity, is Jayden Daniels, and he got it from Jack Marucci. I think he was the director of innovation performance for LSU. Shout out to Jack Marucci, because he blessed this franchise. He gave that to Jayden. Jayden swears by it, and now Jalen Milroe and other NFL teams will now follow suit, because our quarterback, everybody wants the next that. Just know that God bless Jalen Milroe, or whatever other quarterbacks start using this same thing. At the same time, they are not Jayden Daniels. So do not get it twisted. Do not get it confused. Anybody can pop on the VR headset, but everybody doesn't have that God-given innate ability that Jayden Daniels has. As you can see in this picture here, this is from off-season training activities so far. They're just conditioning right now. The actual practices will start soon, where they're throwing on jerseys and they're starting to work the offensive system out and stuff like that. Jayden clearly is putting on some muscle. You can see it in his arms, his legs, and his neck. But I'm not worried about his stature. After watching a full season of him and understanding how he operates, how he prepares, and how he readies himself each week, I'm not worried about that boy's frame. I'm not worried about his size, because his arm, his legs, and in between his ears are all elite. And you can't coach that. You can't teach that. That's all God-given. And I don't expect any of his work ethic to decrease over the years. So good luck to everybody in the NFC, AFC, and NFL stopping this beast. You can keep telling me that people are going to have the tape on Jayden going forward. Well, guess what? Jayden got the tape on all you bitches and is loaded up in his VR machine, the Oculus, whatever version of cognitive VR preparation that he has. He got all your defenses in it, all your disguises, all your blitzes, and Cliff is showing him the way. And I don't know how much longer we're going to have Cliff here in DC for Jayden Daniels, but we're going to have him this year. Good luck stopping this prepared ass quarterback and this offense. That's all I got for right now. I just wanted to talk about how Jayden in year 2 got more motion and more influence than your team's favorite quarterback, bro. My quarterback is different. My quarterback prepares different. My quarterback gets that shit done on and off the field. JD5 for MVP season coming soon. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Until next time, Commander Rio.